Jamal Murray went smooth off, and his coach, Mike Malone, said this after the game.
I think what I've seen from Jamal this year, aside from the growth defensively, which has been tremendous, and just I'm so proud of him in that regard. But now I know every night what I'm getting from Jamal. You know, last year we knew what we were getting from Nikola. What kind of game will Jamal have? That's no longer the case. We have two superstars. We have two superstars in Nikola and Jamal, and a lot of other really good, young, talented players behind them.
Superstar, Mike? Is that facts? Jamal Murray, a superstar?
No, it's not a fact. I mean, he's a talented player who has the ability to go off every now and then. I mean, I shouldn't say every now and then because that seems
going
like
off a lot in these playoffs.
seems like I'm marginalizing him. I'm not doing that. Like what he did in Game 7 against the Clippers, got to have a situation. He's over 40 points in a Game 7. So he can do that, and that's not a surprise. But a superstar is a player. You want to talk about know it when you see it. A superstar is someone where the coach doesn't have to stand there at a press conference and say it, and then you talk about it on a show the next day to ask if the coach is right. A superstar
is one definition. That's one definition. I like that.
There it is. That's like the fourth definition right there. If Jamal Murray were a superstar, everybody would have looked at Mike Malone last night and said, "Yeah, of course. Yeah, right. Why are you saying that?" Yeah,
maybe Mike Malone is telling you, Michael Holley, that he has arrived and it's time to start calling him a superstar. Maybe that's what the purpose was.
We'll see. It usually, I mean, something usually happens there where everybody can just see it. There's some turn. Maybe it's these playoffs. Because I think Denver, now I'm about to make people in Denver mad, but hey, so be it. Denver knows what it's like to be down 3-1. They did it in their first two series. They're about to do it in this series too, because they're about to go down.
Okay.
They're about to go down. They're about to go down 3-1 to the Lakers.
You say so.
And then we'll see what happens. So maybe that's it. Maybe we see the superstar Jamal Murray once again back against the wall and brings his team back for the third time in the postseason from a 3-1 deficit. Because I think
you need to see more.
I like the Nuggets. I like the Nuggets a lot, but I don't think they're quite ready. I think they're a year away from representing the Western Conference for a while. I think they're 1 year. 1 year. That's it. Is that a bad thing to say?
No, it's not a bad. It's not a bad thing to say. But based on the last two games, we're 1 week away from you having to take that back. Because based on the last two games, they're going to win this series. They just from what we're seeing right now, the way the Lakers may be leading this series, but they are not in control of this series. If that makes sense, they may be sending two LA favorites home. It doesn't, but it sounded good. You got to admit, it sounded good.
It did. I like the way it sounds.
The delivery
sounds great.
A lot of times, it's not about making sense, and it's certainly not about talking loud. It's the authority with which you deliver your take. Doesn't have to be right. Doesn't have to be accurate. You just got to deliver it a certain way. It's just the right delivery, okay? But no, seriously, he's playing like a superstar. How's that? Because the Orlando bubble is what is the best we could do for the biggest stage right now. It's still the NBA playoffs. It's still the Western Conference Finals. It's not on the road. It's not the usual set of circumstances, but it is the only place he can prove himself. And it is the place where we judge superstars the most, and that's what you do in the postseason. In this postseason, 2 50-point games, 4 40-point games, 5 30-point games, 26.6 points, 48% from three, and 6.5 assists. Yeah, a game just to put out the numbers that he's putting up. But a superstar, see, this is why I'm going to agree with you and say, no, he's not a superstar, even though he's putting on a superstar-like performance, is everybody, it's like top 5 conversations. It's like MVP conversations. It's like top 10. Everybody can't be in it. And if you start calling any and everybody a superstar, no disrespect to Jamal Murray, then it just waters down the definition. It's as though we're not satisfied with star. What's wrong with star?
Player.
I'm okay with star. Please call me a star. I'm okay with star, all-star. I'm okay with that. Everybody can't be a superstar. Let me just run down these names to you real quick. Just real quick. Mitchell, George, Paul, Tatum, Embiid, Butler, Jokic, Dame, Doncic, Kawhi, AD, Harden, LeBron, Giannis, Kyrie, KD, Steph, Clay, Draymond on TNT. Some people might call him a superstar given what he's accomplished. Russ. And here's what I mean. The reason I throw those names out. Let me focus on Paul George. Once upon a time, not long ago, when people wore pajamas and lived life slow, there might have been people who called Paul George a superstar.
Crazy.
Ask people right now, would they call Paul George a superstar? So here's the other part about a superstar, Michael Holley. Once you bestow it upon somebody, you can't just take it back. It's there. So it's a Supreme Court justice-like appointment. It's lifetime. You can't just take it back and be like, oh, he was a superstar last season, but not anymore.
That's right.
So we got to be careful when we give somebody that title.
Right.